And we're back with Panda Plays, and today we are playing Change. And this is part 3, I think. Part 3. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that it's part 3. Yeah, part 3. I don't know. We're calling it part 3. If there's more than one part 3, I'm sorry, you're confused. Pay attention to the title more than what I'm saying, because I'll post the correct parts with the title. Anyway, when we left off, we were trying to decide if we were going to give our bed to a kid or not. Well, you know what? No. Because I'm selfish and I like my bed. If he had gotten here earlier, like it says, if he'd have gotten here early, he would have gotten the bed. But you know what? You snooze, you lose. And I get happiness because I had a good night's sleep. Sleep is important, kids. And I got some food items. Woo! Anyway, let's get back to. Oh, yeah. I should beg. I actually need money. Getting there. Let's see what the store has today. We've got a burger. Funny looking burger because it looks like a bun with like lettuce on it. I don't see any beef whatsoever. Guess it's maybe that little brown piece right here. I don't know. Cake. Cake is kind of good. It's a little expensive, but it restores a lot of hunger and it gives you happiness. So if you've got a lot of money and low happiness, cake is kind of the way to go. And the mobile phone. For me personally, the mobile phone is kind of useless. The only thing that the game is still in development, so I mean it might become more useful later on. But last time I used it anyway. Now they did come up with an update. I didn't see what all they updated. They might have updated the phone. I don't know. I don't have enough money to buy it and test it anyway, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. But last I used the phone, essentially what it is it's got like a GPS. As you saw in the previous video when I used the residency card, the phone kind of does the same thing except for whatever you want to find. Like if you tell it you want to find a shop, it'll point you to the nearest shop. You want a library, it'll point you to the nearest library. That kind of thing. Kind of useless for me because I usually just kind of stay in one little area. So kind of know where everything is. I love how it's winter and there's like all these people are walking around in like t-shirts. Let's see if she'll give me food. Really, you don't believe that I need to eat? Well, find that jerk lady. No, sorry. No, nothing. How about you? Will you be friendly? Yay, thank you. Anyway, let's go ahead and warm up and study, because studying's important. Go ahead and leave, and I should probably wash up. Honestly, there's not even really a whole lot of point of begging with these people because I'm so smelly. Eat the chips. Let's eat the chips. There we go. Now let's try. No. Okay. What's my study even at? 23. Yeah, that's not bad. How about you? Money? Poop. How about you? Don't fail me, purple shirt. Huzzah! And talk to this guy. No. Alright. How about this guy? Last chance. No. You're just gonna keep walking? Well, fine. Jerk. Anyway, let's turn in for the night. I don't know what it is. The purple shirts always seem to give me money. Now, just a random coincidence. Oh, look, contraband checks. Yay. I don't know what constitutes contraband. I've never actually gotten caught with contraband. It might be alcohol? Question mark. I don't know. I usually kind of don't worry about alcohol, so couldn't really tell you. Experiment on your own, I guess, if you really want to. Oh boy, winter's over. And I got some food items. Excellent. But can I get some money? No, you're just gonna stare at me? Really? Alright, let's see what the store has. Oh, those would come in handy. Love how that cop just kind of was speed walking past. It's like I tuck into the store for a moment and it's a speed walking cop. How about you? Money? No? Okay. How about you? Oh, in a hurry, huh? You? No? Let's go with charm. There's size up, charm, and beguiler. I'm gonna go with charm. Size up is kind of nice. I find it doesn't always work. Like you'll see a little glowing eyeball above them, but that doesn't mean they always give you change. It's just a higher chance that they will. I'm gonna go with charm. No, how about you? Spare some change. How about you? Oh, I guess I didn't click on them. Yeah. How about you? Yeah. Let's go ahead and study. Eh, these are not all that helpful. I'm gonna go with library regular just because honestly, it's out of all three of these, which for me anyways are really not that helpful. I don't care about arriving at work an hour later because I always just go to work right when I wake up, and I never let brain drain really affect me. Like I said earlier, I usually get my study up to at least 60, and then I kind of sometimes continue to study past that. But let's go with library regular, just because, kind of the most helpful out of those three. How about you? How about you? Let's go with this one. Oh, hey, that was helpful. Ooh, and it's enough for a library card. Excellent. Library card. Now, what a library card does now, unfortunately, they're closed because it's like after 4:30. They close at 4:30. I can't study anymore, but I can still buy a library card and rent a book. So, yeah, we're gonna rent the book and then we're gonna turn in for the night. This is kind of also why I don't entirely worry about food, especially when my happiness is high. Um, it pays to have stuff close by too, because the more you walk, the faster your hunger goes down. So the less you have to walk, the less hunger you lose. So that's kind of helpful. Go ahead and rest. Ooh, I find happiness. Maybe I eat some cake. Shelter regular. This is a good perk. No curfew for shelters. So I mean, if you're going to the store or something and accidentally cutting it a little close, because the shelters close at 8, it gives you like the extra hour because the day ends at 9. Let's go ahead and read our book. Oh, people skills, just what I don't need. Read our book and let's eat a sandwich. Actually, let's see what the store has. Yeah, nothing. Wash, because hygiene's important. And then we're gonna go back to the library. Oh yeah, I should probably explain. If you haven't figured out already, this is your hunger, this is your happiness, and this is your hygiene. Hunger decreases whenever you do basically anything. The more you walk, the faster it decreases, number one. And then when you do stuff that takes time, like studying or going to work, your hunger will also decrease. If your hunger drops to 0, then you'll start losing happiness. I don't know the exact rate, but just something to watch. This is your happiness. Stuff will affect it, like as you've been seeing whenever I end for the night. It'll either have like a happy ending night or a sad ending night in most cases. Long story short, if this reaches 0, it's game over. And as a side note, I think I'm kind of learning what depression is. For those of you that played, you know what depression is. For those that don't know, depression is a malady or a negative effect. Essentially, you lose happiness every day, and you also can't go to work or can't study if your happiness is less than 40. It is really, really, really annoying, and I have no idea how to get rid of it. But from what I'm kind of figuring out is if your happiness is less than 40 for 3 or more days in a row, you'll develop depression. So try and keep your happiness up. And then, of course, this is hygiene. Essentially, the smellier of a hobo you are, the less chance of getting handouts from people. Also, if you have low hygiene, there's a higher chance you'll get fired from your job. And if your hygiene is too low, you can't get into the library to study. So it's important to keep your hygiene up. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and return that book we checked out yesterday, and let's do some studying. And now that we have a library card, we can actually study more than once a day. So yay! I usually like to spend the whole day studying. Ooh, 3 points. It's a good way to kind of pass the day. Studying usually takes about 2 hours, so I can usually get in about 4, 5 studies, depending on how close it is to the shelter. They do close at 4:30 though, so I can't study any further. But that's okay, because the day is kind of almost over anyway, so let's go ahead and head to the shelter. And we gain food, so I don't have to worry about my hunger, because it's going to get filled up tomorrow morning. Hygiene is another matter, but I mean, I live close enough to like a water fountain and public bathrooms that it's not really a concern either. So let's go ahead and rest. Oh, awesome, guy screaming in a corner. Well, anyway, I'm going to end the video here, so tune in next to find out, what happens and which option I go with.